This video and others like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. Please show your support with a like and subscribe, and be sure to hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss any new videos. If you want to get involved with the channel, consider becoming a channel member. There are many benefits to channel membership, including access to our Discord, exclusive deck tech and strategy videos, and the opportunity to help create channel content. I want to sincerely thank all our channel members, as I truly couldn't do this without your support. You guys rock. Go Commando.
This is SwagDean, and I am back here on Dice Commando. It's Destiny Friday. Enjoy. I've got pure nonsense for you today. So, when we were at Gen Con, I had Tank help make these cards for me, and just playing around with some face swapping. I found some old characters that, you can kind of get to our faces with. So we got Tank there taking the old is it Outer Rim, not Smuggler, what is that guy, that guy. And I'm taking Snap Wexley. He's got a beard. The options on beards, other than like very zen Qui-Gon type beards, but it's like, sloppy beard action on Destiny cards was kind of limited, so I made myself a Rebel pilot, more or less. But I give it the title, Walking Liabilities. Well, here we have SwagDean and Tank. So your parallel dice would be Snap, and the Outer Rim, forget what the heck his name was, character, and it's the two of us. And obviously both of those characters were sub 15, so I mean in theory it would be smashable, but then their dice are terrible. So Snap Wexley has the one gun side up top. He's heavy on Disrupt, and he had that whole battlefield ability from before. And you got a 1 and a 2 on Outer Rim. And those abilities are awful. They're just awful. So I created a whole new character. This whole deck is nonsense. I don't know if this will get an official relief, but I built it, so I'm going to share it with you guys. So I gave them an entirely different ability, which is completely manufactured. Like I said, this would not necessarily be part of your FFG collection, although they're all FFG cards, except for, obviously this one. So after you activate this character, you may deal damage to a character equal to the number of dice you just rolled with a disrupt side. And then the first time each round you play the last card from your hand, you get a resource. So you still get the Outer Rim guy's ability. But I had to give them, because their damage size are awful, had to give them a way that you can kind of gamble and get damage. So starting off, if you roll the Disrupt on the Outer Rim, or it's a Tank's die, and if you get one of the Disrupt sides on my side, then you can deal 2 damage right off, and then you don't feel so bad about having the you have to reroll or disrupt, the single damage sides with them. So it is a fun way. You can get, quick snipe damage going, but these are weak character dice for sure. I gave them a plot. We're gonna get an extra resource. Deal with it. Canto Casino. So this deck is kind of silly. So boom, spend a resource, reroll 2 dice, and then if those dice are showing the same value, gain 2 resources, or 3 resources instead if it also showing the same symbol. That is possible with our character dice. We both got single guns, both got single disrupts, single resource, single discards. So these dice, there's some options there. I don't know if I have Canto Casino in other Smash decks. I don't think I do. So once again, getting some more battlefields out there. The dice, though, they're definitely a problem. And if you whiff on the activation ability, these guys can be kind of lame. So this is another deck where I gave them 5 dice. Now, Raiding Party and Entourage are the only ones to stay and play. We made ourselves heroes, although it's sketchy. And you'll see hey, Exploit, isn't that a villain card? Yeah, shut up. We're scoundrels. This is the Tank from Scum and Destiny. We're tricksy. So this deck is, a little crazy, and we're allowed to have at least one villain card in here. and a couple hero cards. We walk both sides of that line. I'm a rebel pilot, but I'm also morals. Not my calling card. And tank is well known. So raiding party, boom. Maybe we steal some resources. There's a decent amount of merchant freighters out in the world in Smash, so you can possibly get some extra value off of that thing. And we have our own merchant freighter. Entourage, just going with the whole scoundrel thing. I gave us pilot, scoundrel. So ours plus entourage plus raiding party gets you scoundrel. So like, you have the potential, depending on what your smash partner is, to get a 3 on scoundrels, on the value on the special for entourage, but it's not as pushed as it was like in constructed. So no chance to get that card. That was a really popular one, and it's hard to give it homes in other Smash decks. So this is a good spot. Con artist, we want to disrupt. There's definitely some choke elements in this deck. So con artist, we can definitely mess with you. Mill is also possible. You'd have to work a little bit, but discarding cards from the top of opponent's deck equal to the amount of damage on this upgrade. Like, you could eventually build towards it. I think it's kind of more of just like a way to piss off your opponent, which just seems fitting for this deck. But I guess it's possible. You could do a little bit of milling action, but this, ideally, you're going to be dealing a lot of damage. We got the nice sniper. This is Lando's weapon. So more scoundrel stuff. But no redeploy. Same with Black Sun. We got guns. We got tricks. We're not neutral. Maybe your partner in Smash is. Probably not, but there's a couple. So you're probably not going to have the redeploy, but it's decent value. We got stuff. Improvised explosive. Laser tripwire. So we've got some explosives. We love blowing things up. Why not? Electroshock, exploit, entangle, and aggressive negotiations is our mitigation package. Aggressive negotiations was kind of a fun card. I'm not sure. I think Padme has it, but it's not in a lot of decks. So it was a fun, uncommon card. Dusting it off here. Entangle, I'm sorry if you build these IRL. I mean, this is one of those cards that gets harder to acquire. Find an alternate art for it or something, but it's fitting in this deck. Unpredictable. You could use that as mitigation, but it's probably more like fix one of our character dice because, like I said, they're terrible. Bombing run, though. Resolve one of your red dice showing a disrupt and deal 1 damage to each of an opponent's character. So early in Smash, your opponent's characters are all still alive. You disrupt them, take away the resources, and you deal a little splash damage. It's a fun maneuver. And cheap shot. That's also just befitting. Ambush. Resolve one of your dice showing a value of 1 as if it were showing range damage. So we can recover those disrupts and discards. Turn them into a gun. Pew pew. So this is a deck. And I built it. I built it IRL. I have one of these cards. Thank you, Tank. It's a lot of fun. It's a very wild deck. You can roll hot, and that ability. I mean, if you have, there's disrupt sides on a lot of so like Black Sun's got a disrupt side, Sniper's got a disrupt side, Con Artist has 2 disrupt sides. If you were to get all those upgrades out, you can activate and deal 5. I mean, that's a god roll. And like I said, it's not fun to resolve after that. It's all disrupt sides, and they certainly don't have that many resources. But it is a fun way to get that damage out. As you play these upgrades, the disrupt sides, at least when you activate, are kind of cool, which is a neat ability in the world of Destiny. I don't think this card is broken, at least not in the limited format. I don't know that it's good either, but, it's something I'm also going to be testing a little bit. I'm not going to test this one as hard as the official ones that are more likely to cross the finish line of this set if I get around to it. But like I said, I built it. We designed it. It was fun. I might as well share it. So if you wanted to make this, you have to reach out to me or Tank for the art. to print it yourself for this card eventually or whatever. But the rest of this, all FFG stuff, you can build it and have a good time rolling them dice. Thanks again for hanging out. Go Commando.